Hi, and welcome back to Real Housewife Recaps. Today we're going to be talking about Below Deck Sailing Yacht. This is Season 1, Episode 12, New Chris on the Block. Well, this episode picks up where we left off last week with Glenn, Parker, and Paget having a meeting. They're flashing back to where Parker's been very confrontational, and they're discussing whether or not he should stay on the boat. I don't know how I feel about Parker. He seemed okay. I didn't mind him at the beginning of the season. I don't like the confrontational thing. He just seems young. I think he has some growing up to do. Then we flash around to the other crew to see what they're saying. Ugh, Adam and Jenna. Ooh, don't even get me started with these two. I find them so horribly annoying. Curious to know what you guys think. So Parker calls Glenn back and he tells him he is going to go ahead and resign. It seems to be the best thing for everybody. He says he's made the most amount of money that he's ever made and he's going to go ahead and leave with it. As he's leaving, he says, "Life's too short to be around people who don't want to be around me." I do want to take this opportunity to say Glenn seems like the nicest captain ever. He never lost his cool. He seems super easygoing and mellow and smart in the way he handles things. So I really admire Glenn. So Parker leaves saying he's going to go get the love of his life. And then Adam, of course, has to pipe in and say, "I'm not surprised Parker couldn't cut it. I'm surprised it took this long." Ugh, what a dick. Madison says, "There goes my buddy." Sierra says, "Can't say that I'm surprised. I'm more disappointed in him for not sticking it out." Then we get flashes of the crew getting ready to go out. Everybody's getting ready, and they show them going out to the most gorgeous restaurant. Oh, I am dying to check out this town. Oh my gosh, this is beautiful. Flash to Parker's empty seat next to Byron. Jenna says, "Did Parker make that decision? I was hopeful Glenn would have just fired him." Madison in her interview says, "Why shit on someone that's not there to defend himself? Just shut your mouth." And I actually agree with her. You can tell I don't like Jenna, but why does she have to say stuff like that? I'm not even a big Parker fan, but I don't know. I just find Jenna just so obnoxious. Jenna and Adam together are the worst. So the couples decide to go back to the boat. Georgia and Madison decide to go dancing, and they show Adam and Jenna going off into the master. The next morning, Glenn's talking about having a guy lined up from the UK. His name is Chris. The crew's getting the boat ready. And then they show Byron telling Madison that a bilge alarm went off last night in the master, and it happens when someone showers in there. So I just want to point out, look, it's Byron telling Madison this. So this is what kicks off the whole argument later with Adam. All right, so then Chris gets on the boat. He sounds like he's got his stuff together. He's been in the industry for a really long time. So the next scene is Paget, Jenna, Adam, and the captain. They go over the preference sheet meeting. It's Lindy Kennedy. She's a wardrobe consultant, whatever that is, a lifestyle blogger from Newport Beach, California. So under her dietary restrictions, because I always love to look at the preference sheet, it says she's allergic to Brussels sprouts, beets, cauliflower, and carrots. I have never heard of such a thing. I'm sure it exists, but I'm just surprised because all that stuff's in a lot of things. So how does that work? So next is the scene that really made my blood boil. we've got the new guy, Chris, saying, so we're allowed to use the hot tub? And then Byron is the one that says, you're allowed to use the master cabin. Madison laughs and chimes in and says, yeah, apparently. Learned that today. And of course the new guy, Chris, is like, what? Madison said, yep. And then Adam, dickhead Adam, says, I hear you. You have a problem. You can talk to me about it. She says, I don't have a problem with it. I'd just like to know, which I did find a very weird rebuttal. Why does she want to know? Adam, such a dick. He goes, I'm 5 feet from you. Why does it matter? Talk to Jenna about it. So, again, Byron's the one that started this. Madison chimed in, and Adam likes to go after Madison. It's so weird. It's a weird dominance thing that I don't understand. He's got such an inflated sense of self. Then he says, can you go a day without creating some sort of drama? He does an interview where he says, if Jenna says we get to sleep in the master cabin, then we get to sleep in the master cabin. Ugh. And then he says, can you go an hour without it? About creating a drama. Ugh. Again, Adam, you suck. He says to Byron, what's she over there whining about? And Byron goes, take your pick. And they laugh. Again, Byron's the one that started this. Madison chimed in. Adam jumps all over her, and Byron just kind of laughs it off. Ugh. So it's the morning of the charter, and the crew's hanging out in the crew mess, and this made me laugh. Paget says, Georgia has a thing where she flirts with anything that has a penis. And Georgia says, and that's why I've never flirted with Paget. And I thought that was pretty good. Everybody laughed at that. I actually think Georgia is my favorite cast member this season. I think she's really witty and funny. They do play up that she's flirting with Paget, but I just take it all as good fun. And I don't know. I just really like her personality. I think she's great. Then we have to go back to Adam again, where of course he tells Jenna about Madison. He says that she told the whole crew about the master thing. And Jenna says, last charter, Madison worked hard to turn things around. But now, she's injecting herself in my personal life. I don't think she is injecting herself into her personal life. She just commented back on something Byron said. Ugh. Then Jenna says she's going to have to be punished for this behavior. She may have been joking. I doubt she was. What a bitch. As an act of retaliation, she tells Georgia that she's going to be involving her more in service. Then she tells Madison that she's going to be training Georgia more, and that'll probably put Madison down below more. Of course, Madison's smart. She knows it's because of the tiff with Adam. So petty, so stupid. Ugh, so annoying. So next we see the guests coming down the dock, headed toward the boat. The main is Lindy and her boyfriend Jesse. It doesn't even matter their names. They're the worst. I don't know. The funny part to me is when the brunette lady says as she's taking a picture of the wheelhouse, she says, this is where the crew lives. Really? You think that's where the crew lives? By the steering wheel? The ladies admit that they know each other from vlogging. Jenna starts to get jealous as the ladies kind of talk about Adam and start to flirt with him. The guests say, we should see what Adam's doing. He's adorable. And of course, Jenna has to run to Adam for reassurance. Adam is still busy talking about Madison. So next we have a little bit of drama with the deck crew. Chris and Paget decide to take the tinder out to tie off to a rock so they can bring the tie back to the boat and the guests can have a picturesque background. They get the chain over the rocks, take the chain to the boat, and those floating docks behind the boat, I could not tell what they were saying. The naughty boards, the naughty buoys, whatever they were calling them. Of course, they start hitting rocks. Bravo editors, who I love, add very dramatic sound effects, but it sounds like it wasn't that bad. Then we see Paget get a little pissy. The captain compares him to Parker. Then, meanwhile, they show on a nearby island, Parker proposes to his girlfriend, Katie. He says it's because she loves all people and the planet and nature and animals. Well, I guess that's a good reason to get engaged to someone. Whatever works for him. Congratulations. Then we fast back to dinner setup. Adam is making fish. The guests are getting ready for dinner. Oh my gosh, please tell me that you guys saw the scene of this lady putting on lipstick. It just really cracked me up. We have the primary's boyfriend saying, "I love you," to which she says, "Okay." The guests are sitting around enjoying dinner and talking about Adam and flirting, and it's just so weird and awkward and forced and ugh. And it's Adam. Ugh. Lindy's boyfriend gets mad and tells her to lock it up, whatever that means. She says, "I will do what Adam tells me to do." Which probably isn't the best answer. So then we get a preview of next week's episode. Looks like Chris asks out Georgia. Madison's upset because everyone is coupled up. And then there's a very, very awkward proposal, followed by an even bigger fight. So that should be interesting. I love Below Deck. The Sailing Yacht one has been pretty good. I think the main Below Deck and Below Deck Med are my favorites, though. Those are the ones I'm super excited to cover with you guys. I just thought I'd throw this recap in and see what you guys thought. So let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know what you thought about the episode. Let me know if you're watching the season and just your thoughts on all of it. So thanks so much for watching. I appreciate it. And let me know what you think. Have a great day.